Brian Norman, man.
Woo. Rubber band,
Jin
man.
Sasaki.
Wow,
Did he go down twice in the first round?
Man.
Yes.
So the first hook on the top of the dome.
First hook that lands.
First top of the dome, I say, yo, okay. And then the second one, I was like, you still a little shook, you know? But Jin just 2 different levels.
Yeah, out of his depth.
2 different levels.
Yeah.
What you think about Brian Norman? Jr.?
I believe he's awesome.
Yeah.
I believe he's awesome. I believe he's strong. Punches, he knows his position. He knows what punches to throw, where to go, when to throw them. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And when to pick the pace up and when to slow it down. Mm-hmm. He's a beast. To my opinion, he's a beast.
So I love Brian Norman Jr. right now,
I ain't
man.
mad at you. I ain't mad at you.
You know why? Because from one underground king to another underground king, right? He was. We have that term, slept on. Some fighters are slept on, right? Right. He was literally slept on. People were asleep when he got the knockout of the year. Most people were asleep. So it's not a figure of speech. He slept on, damn it.
Somebody on the East Coast. You see, I was like, you on the East Coast? Come on, man. Give me a break. I'm good. Yeah. Go ahead, though. Yeah.
So but sometimes, I used to love in hip hop, Pharoah Monch and Royce the 5'9", Ghostface, guys that I felt were better than Jay-Z. They just, for whatever reason, weren't chosen or whatever it is, right? Mm-hmm. And right now, I'm not saying Brian Norman's better than the guys getting more money and more shine right now. The Fab Four, Haney, Shakur, and Tia. But he goes to behind enemy lines. No people in America are sleeping. He gets the knockout of the year. And yeah, Jin Sasaki isn't the hardest guy to hit, right? But against this fighter, he showed us that he's not just country strong. He doesn't just punch hard. He has skills and IQ. Yeah. He has a good IQ. And he mixed his punches up in this fight. Yeah. He was creative with his punches. He would lead with the right hand. He'd throw the up jab, threw a double jab, sweep the right hand, hook to the body. He was in his bag against a fighter that he was able to do that with. Mm-hmm. But they say you get 50% better as a champion.
Sometimes fighters fight to certain levels. Right. And the level that I can see him, the better you get, the better he's gonna get.
Yeah. Right.
Because he can. To me, it looks like he could do it all.
Right. And I didn't know that. That's what, in his first 2 title defenses, you see him growing as a quality champion. And that phrase used to be kind of played out. Oh, you get 50% better as a champion, but that's exactly what I see him doing. I didn't know he could counterpunch and timing and.
My experience in the amateurs is what slows me down from simply saying Boots beats Norman. And the reason being is because aesthetically, Boots is that guy.
Maybe the flashiest fighter in the game.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, 360 dunks. And
aesthetically,
yeah.
And you watch some English guys and you like,
what good levels, yeah?
You're 1-2, like, come on, what you gonna do with me? And then out of nowhere, you get in the ring with them and the stuff that you do ain't working. The stuff that they do that's not aesthetically eye-catching, and you didn't see these pivots and flashes of 3 and 4 punch combinations, stuff like that, but a simple as jab and a simple as 1-2, and you get caught up. Like now you're fighting in their pace and their rhythm. I'm watching Norman. I'm like it's Sasaki, and what I thought was going to give Norman cause Norman to make an adjustment, he didn't have to make an adjustment to it. The dude has crazy timing.
The timing. That's
the thing for me. I always, when I'm trying to figure out, okay, what can I do to tell people what makes you great, what makes you special, what makes you why you are where you're at and all that kind of stuff, it's his timing. There's something he can see it coming, but it's a little different from Boots. Boots, I truly feel like being in the ring with him, and I saw him do it while I was outside of the ring. I felt like he was just intuitive and just knew what you were going to do and when you were going to do it. Didn't see that from Brian. But Brian is just like, okay, I'm sitting on this right hand and I'm coming over the top and here it is. And I'm sitting on this hook and I'm coming over your right hand and there it is. And his timing. Is just right there for it. So saying all that to say, it's gonna be a good fight when it happens. If it happens, I hope it happens.
I wish Jaron. Look, if Jaron, he can't make 147 no more. Your body, it is what it is, right?
Yeah.
But man, I wish he could make the weight one more time at 100% for this one, for the Brian Norman fight.
That's a dangerous fight if he's having trouble making that weight.
Yeah. You don't take that kind of fight if you got to be at 100%, right?
I mean, Boots is awesome.
Absolutely.
Like I love Boots, but you're having trouble making 147. That's just what it is.
Yeah, no doubt. It's just me selfishly treating the fighters like they're not humans, like they don't got to make weight. I want to see this fight at 47. But so you mentioned his timing.
Yeah.
Paulie, what's the old phrase about timing in boxing? The old time.
I think a lot of it has to do with positioning. You know what I mean? You put yourself in the right position, and then the timing will be there.
But what's the saying? Is there a saying?
Timing beats speed.
You're right.
And
if I had to pick power, speed, because I didn't do everything great, but I did everything okay. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. If I had to pick anything that I would do to be like to have in my bag, it would be positioning and timing. It would be that instead of the power, instead of the speed. If you're not there to be hit, then you ain't. Then the speed and the power don't matter.
Yeah,
that makes me think of Gervonta's fight with Roach, because Gervonta has the speed and the power, but Roach has the position and the timing to offset some of that.